What's up, everybody? This is Men of Order. And of course, part of being a man of order is getting your paper up. And that's what we're going to do this weekend. We're here to help you think about how to play these bets this weekend in the NFL. Me and Ty will be back in 15 seconds.
That's a fresh intro.
Oh yeah, always gotta go for it. And then we have Ty here from Pickin Winners. You guys have seen him before, but shout out to pickinwinners.org. You can go subscribe to them on YouTube as well, Pickin Winners.
Close to
And if you have
subscribers.
what's up?
We're very close to 200 subscribers.
Let's go. Let's get it. Keep grinding. Yeah, we're trying to get up to 1,000, man. We're close, man. So with that being said, on this channel too, if you're new here, subscribe, like, comment, share the pics with your friends if you want to tail them, if you want your friends to tail them. And today we're going to talk about the Rams at the Cardinals. The Rams are going into Arizona where the Super Bowl will be played, State Farm Stadium, and they're going in as 3.5-point favorites. And the over-under set at 48.5. Ty, what are you thinking here in this game?
So I'll jump. So we got a lot of stuff. Well, my thoughts initially are the Rams are still the defending Super Bowl champs, and I feel like people are not giving them enough credit as such. They're already 0-2 against the spread to start the season, right? They lost their opening game against, it's the Bills, and the Bills are already odds-on Super Bowl champ. Take that away. Mm-hmm. People thought that they were going to blow Atlanta out, and they didn't, right? So now they're going into the division game already, week 3, going into the desert in Arizona. And we've talked about it before. Division teams are all designed to beat other squads in their division, right? So the Rams are predicated on being able to beat the Cardinals, the Niners, and the Seahawks year in and year out, right? So I would say, once again, these are the defending Super Bowl champs. So I'm really liking the Rams minus 3.5 here. Rams, again, in the last 5 games against the Cardinals, are 4-5 ATS and 4-5 straight up.
Yeah, no, I like the pick. I'm riding with the Rams as well. I don't know if this is going to be like one of my favorite plays of the week, but if I had to call it, I'm leaning on the Rams side of this on the spread because I feel like they're being a little undervalued because of that backdoor cover by the Falcons last week, and obviously a poor performance in the opener against the Bills. And then the Cardinals, they
I think they're coming in.
Yeah, they toughed that win out against the Raiders. Yeah. I don't think there's like a ton of value on that pick or anything. Like I don't think it's a lock by any means, but I would definitely side that way. How do you feel about the over under? I'm not sure how to call it. If I had to lean, I think initially I would go the under. I would say so. It seems a little high, but it could easily hit. So
last 5 matchups, the over is hit 3 out of the last 5. But as I can say, it's either the games are either for in the last 5 games, the Rams have won 30-23, but they've also won 18-7 in these matchups. So this is one that can go you know what I mean? Because these teams it can either be a shootout, or because both defenses are still pretty solid, it could be a low scoring matchup.
Yeah, definitely. I think it could go either way.
Yeah,
I really do.
I'm going to stay away from the total entirely. I think what you want to do is honestly monitor what that money line looks like, because it's floating under. It's floating under 200, and the people you may want to wait on this, see if that Rams number goes lower, because people the Cardinals came back last week. It's against the Raiders, however, and no disrespect to the Raiders, shout out wasted talent, but people may be valuing the Cardinals a little high here. Right now, 52% of the bets are on the Cardinals, and James Conner might be out. I'm just saying.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
He's questionable.
Do we put a ton of value in James Conner anyway?
No, we don't. I'm just saying that's the main guy. I'm just saying, but it's still different though when you don't have a starter in the lineup. No matter how much you use him, that's still somebody you can't go to when you need him.
100%.
Regardless of how much he's used on a day in day out basis in these games.
Right, I agree.
So I like the Rams and the points as it stands right now. If this number goes higher for the Rams, I may stay away, just because I think it's going to be tight.
I would
Like,
advise that also if it keeps creeping up. Definitely,
yeah,
I agree.
yeah. It's like because like if it creeps up to like I don't think this will happen, but if it creeps up to like 5 or 6, I would stay away entirely. I would still take it at 4, maybe even 4.5. But if it goes any higher, I would probably like, you know what I mean? It's a division game, and division games
Yeah.
usually come down to the wire most times.
Yep.
Just because of these teams see, you know, you have to see them twice every season. You game plan for these guys specifically. This is what you have to do if you want to get into the playoffs.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
you know, these teams will be ready to see each other. Anything you want to add? Because I got some props as well.
Yeah. I was about to say let's get right into the player props after that. So what were you looking at?
I like Stafford over 275.5 yards passing. He's hit that 4 out of the last 5 away games they've had. Other thing to say, you take that passing yards, but you also may want to look at him to throw an interception because he had the most.
Never a bad idea.
Yes, he had the most touchdowns last year. He had the most interceptions last year, I'm pretty sure. And the reason for that is the Rams throw the ball so much. Obviously, law of averages, you throw the ball more, you run the higher risk of throwing a pick. It just is what it is. Like,
yep.
No matter how good you are, the more often you throw, the more often it's you run the risk of it having the ball intercepted. So over half an interception could be a way to go for Matt Stafford just because the Rams throw the ball 70-80% of the time per game.
I feel like that's one that's kind of similar to this hot take that I had for you. I had a hot take player prop. Ready?
Go ahead.
Hear me out. Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown.
That's money.
How about it? I mean, that's kind of how the Matt Stafford take sounds. You know what I mean? Any given Sunday,
that's
Monday,
money.
Thursday, whatever day they're playing.
Cooper Kupp touchdown every weekend. Period.
Cooper Kupp touchdown, Matt Stafford interception. Those are probably locks. I don't know why we make this so deep. We could end the show right now. We just won money on both of those bets. You know what I mean? We think sometimes we think too much into it. Like, let's just go with Matt Stafford to throw an interception and put the whole house on it. And 10 out of 16 weeks or 17 now, 10 out of 17 games, we're probably going to hit on that. You're going to end up on top.
And that's no disrespect to Matt Stafford either. Like, that's
great quarterback, but he slings that rock.
The more you throw the ball, the more likely you're going to throw an interception. He is 24 of 39 in the last games throwing a pick.
Yeah, see? You're going to hit
4 out of the last 5 he's throwing a pick.
Yeah.
3 out of the last 5 away games he's thrown a pick. 7 out of the last 10. Like, no disrespect. You throw the ball that much, you run the risk.
Definitely. But speaking of throwing the ball that much, it's also that coincides with you taking the over on the yards, obviously. And then we were talking about it a little bit before we started the show about how it's never a bad idea to take Rams receivers or tight ends or running backs for catches, just because of the fact that they do run so much. So one that we were looking at pre-show was Tyler Higbee. So, the Cardinals have been getting torched by tight ends all season long. I mean, it's only been 2 games, and it's been Darren Waller and Travis Kelce, some of the better tight ends in the league.
The best tight ends in the league.
But Tyler Higbee is like good. Next tier down. You know what I mean? He's going to catch 100%. The rock when you throw it to him. He's not as explosive as those guys or like a Mark Andrews and guys like that. But he's going to catch the rock when you get it to him. He'll get up for another 5 yards and fall forward. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I saw some books that were looking at about 4.5. I know OddsJam had it set at 4.5. Yeah. We don't have the lines for like the official lines for every book and everything for player props.
That come out yet. But FanDuel and their props for this game are not out officially.
Yeah, exactly. But at 4.5, if it's anywhere between 3.5 to 5.5, I would say take it, and I'm probably going to take it in both of those cases. If it stays at 3.5 or 4.5, like they're predicting. For sure. 5.5, you got to think about it a little more, but I would probably do it. Yeah. I mean, Travis Kelce went for 8 catches, 120 yards and a touchdown. Darren Waller went for 6 catches, 50 yards and a touchdown. These are the Cardinals' last 2 games. In the Rams' first 2 games, Higbee had, I think, 5 catches for 39 yards. That's why I'm not really looking at the yards.
5 catches and 7 catches.
Yeah, but he had like 7 catches for 71 last week, I think. So that was solid with the yards.
71 yards last week.
But the other one was 5 catches for 39 yards. So like I said, he's not that explosive tight end that's just going to get down the field, but he's going to make catches, possession catches. And Matt Stafford is loving him this year. Check this out. Total targets on the season. Cooper Kupp, 29. The next highest on the team, Tyler Higbee with 20 targets so far. The next highest after Tyler Higbee is Allen Robinson with 7 targets on the season.
Holy
So Matt Stafford is back there looking for number 10 and number 89. And number 89 is the guy we're betting on here to get those catches. I think that's a lock unless it goes like over 6.5. Then you got to think about it. But even then, if they're giving you like 6.5 for whatever reason with plus odds, take it. Value deal right there.
Yeah.
But I think it'll stay around like 5.5, probably 4.5. And I would take those any day of the week. You know what I mean? Especially with those numbers that I just threw out there. He's not even looking for anybody else on the field.
My next favorite bets, two of my absolute favorite bets that I love to make every week are quarterbacks to walk in touchdowns and the mobile guys over yards. So this one, like the potentially Kyler Murray over 25.5 rushing yards. And he's had that 12 out of his last 16 home games. It's in Arizona. I think that, especially if they don't have James Conner, he's going to have to move more. You know what I mean? Point. Like design QB runs. The Rams defense is still very good, so they're going to be flushing around the pocket a lot.
Which means he'll have to escape. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He'll maybe escape for some yards
there. Asking a lot out of him.
Not at all.
He's rushed for over 50, I'm pretty sure, and games past. Looking at it.
I like that take. And for him to score one too is never a bad idea either.
Yeah, no, I love the mobile quarterbacks, especially in the red zone too. A lot of teams with young mobile quarterbacks love that fake the handoff and walk out the back door with it. Yep. You know what I mean?
Yep.
One of my favorite bets to take, and it usually is always plus money. And
that's true.
Obviously, the more mobile your quarterback is, the less you don't get
the less value.
Odds, but however, like it's still plus money every time.
Yeah, you love running.
Use the parlay.
I know you love running those with Josh Allen a lot.
Josh Allen. I did it a little bit with Ryan Tannehill last year. That was sneaky.
That was a sneaky one right there. Yeah.
A little bit with Ryan
people wouldn't think of
Tannehill.
it, but he used to run a few in last year.
And Carson Wentz was also another one that was sneaky last year too. Okay. That was always a good plus money. And Mayfield. Yeah, dude. Quarterback rushing touchdowns are always decent money depending on the quarterback you choose to do it with.
Yeah, that's true. Especially with, like, as John Ryan would say, some pizza money bets. You know what I mean? Just throwing some in there because it's never a bad idea when the value is good with the plus money. With a little bit of pocket change that you might want to throw out there, especially because you have so many opportunities. Like you said, the little bootleg on the goal line, but you also have like the 4th and goal QB sneak option there. You know what I mean? You have the 3rd and goal at the 5 where he has to, everybody's covering everybody and he just walks right in, right up the middle. Like it happens. So it's never a bad take unless it's like, I was going to say unless it's Tom Brady, but he actually does that QB sneak pretty well. So, but it's a good take unless it's like Matt Ryan this year. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of somebody that's like not going to be running the ball. But you got any other props for today?
Yeah, we'll go one more because I know that you got some other stuff going on this afternoon. It's hit about 3:00, so we'll wrap it up. We talked about Cooper Kupp. His over is going to probably be near 100 yards. Odds Jam is predicting about 98.5 will be the line. He's gone 3 out of his 5 last away games. He's hit that 4 of his last 5 games overall. But if you tune that down to 80 yards, you're 5 out of 5.
Yeah, so play an alternate there even.
Yeah, it's a good parlay. I don't think you could take that. You could take the 98, but if you're smarter, you tune that down to like alternate 80 plus. Throw it in a parlay, it'll still be nice, and you have better chance for that to hit because, like you said, he's the highest targeted receiver on that team, and the Rams throw the ball so much, and he's very dynamic, so he's going to score. He's going to get you down the field. He's their deep ball guy and the most targeted, so it just it makes sense.
Yep, yeah, dude. When those receiver lines are up there in the triple digits or even close, I always just stay away because it just scares
turn it
me,
down
man.
A little bit.
It just scares me. Yeah, I go 70, 80 yards, 60 yards, depending on who it is. But it always scares me. I mean, I said it on the stream I did for the Monday night game last week between the Eagles and Vikings, where Justin Jefferson coming off of a really hot week 1 start, he was set at, I think it was like 97 or 96 or something. And I was like, I don't know about that, man. We might want to stay away.
I would never.
If anything, put it down a little bit on the alternate. But like Justin Jefferson's good for that, so I don't want to take the under. I'm not going to take an under.
You don't want to take the under on a good receiver. You just turn down the over.
I can't take the under on a Cooper Kupp coming into this game. You just can't do that. In your right mind. I mean, you might win some weeks, but like I would be stressing taking a bet like that. So I stay away when it gets that high. When the number's in like the 70s and it's a solid guy, I'm like, ooh, we could we can work with that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Once it gets up to those triple digits, man, I'm out. I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out.
Yeah.
But like that's why I'm looking at Tyler Higbee with receptions. I'm not looking at yards because no matter what they set it at, he might get 6 catches for 27 yards.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But
Cooper Kupp
put him in the 40s for yards. So the catches is what you look at with those guys.
Exactly. The thing is with Cooper Kupp is if he gets 7 catches, he's hitting that triple digit most likely. You know what I mean?
Because one's a long ball, guaranteed.
But there's always that chance where he gets like 4 catches. You know, it can happen. You know, so when it's that high, I stay away. So I would advise you guys stay away from that if they set it around like 98.5. Not that it won't hit. Like go ahead, go for it. But it's always a good idea to drop it down a little bit and drop it down in the alternates and maybe throw it in a parlay so you can get your odds back with some other easier picks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but all right, but
that's all I got. For a couple quick picks. Rams spread. What was it? Matt Stafford over 270 over passing. Get him to throw an interception. Kyler Murray is over rushing, and we'll turn down that Cooper Kupp receiving. We'll have
And Tyler Higbee, those catches. Pay attention to his line for the catches because he's been a hot target for Matt Stafford this year. But best of luck betting this week, guys.